Now it's time to hit the play button. Got questions and answers, but probably sudden. I'm pretty sure I have no clue, but that's how we roll, we're breaking through. I'm pretty sure I have no idea, but we keep it fun, yeah, we keep it clear. Tune in now, let's start the show with laughs and shouts and the knowledge flow.
List today.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? So, Jesse and I clean pretty nice homes. And I was thinking about how spoiled I've become with my opinion of these homes.
Oh, that are much nicer than anything you'll ever live in, and then you're just like, oh, look at you, you left this fucking bounty out or whatever.
Or I'm just like, this isn't that cool.
Yeah.
This $3 million house,
Sure.
I'm like,
Sure.
it's all right.
You're like, oh, what is this, a $50,000 countertop?
Yeah.
You cheap prick.
It's not even, I don't think it's that much. It's that like, it's a very surface level. I'm no longer impressed
Sure.
with the home.
You're bougie.
As
You're a
an
bougie.
overall-
You're a
it's-
bougie cleaner.
It's so weird because I remember when we first started cleaning these homes, you're just like, whoa, dude, this is
In
where
awe.
like Jennifer Lopez, like these just amazing homes that you just
Sure.
assume are celebrity homes. And now we will clean these homes that are very nice. And the other day, I just thought of this. I was like, I don't think this house is that cool. Because now, like, I'll regularly over and over again clean these $3 million lake homes that everything's white and beautiful. And I'm sure the couch is more expensive than everything in my house. And I'm just like,
What's a $3 million house even anymore, though? Like,
yeah,
a $3 million house on a lake, I just assume is my house
on a lake.
on a lake.
Sure.
I mean, not
maybe I'm
all that-
underestimating. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't see the
Yeah.
bill.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm underestimating the value. Because, I mean, these are, 3-story, 5,000 square foot to 10,000 square
Sure.
foot.
Your house
Beautiful
is
homes.
what, doubled or tripled probably since
Yeah,
you bought
doubled.
it?
Yeah.
So just consider that and then consider the lakefront property as well. It's like, that's a nice, I remember when dude that I used to work with, we moved him in and he bought his house for $450,000.
Yeah.
It was a one bedroom. It was decent. One
Wait, how
bedroom on the
much?
main level, $450,000.
Okay.
A one bedroom house. But then it also had like a 2-car garage that had the upper level on it too.
Okay.
But that was $450,000 and that was pre-COVID.
Wow.
So that's like close, probably $800,000, $900,000. They remodeled it
Yeah.
and everything, but that was the price at that point.
Yeah.
So just think about that now.
Yeah. Everything's just,
Like a $3 million house probably is barely something you not even consider it's that awesome.
yeah. It's like you're doing well, but you're not wealthy.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm underestimating it because
You're probably looking at 5.
it's got to be even more because one of the houses that we cleaned for is on Pine Lake. It's a
Just give the address.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
It's a 10
security code address.
It's a 10,000 square foot home, and it's just 2 levels, basically like a mirror image, bottom floor, top floor, basement, upstairs, infinity pool, all this shit. And that house, I think, sold. We know the owners who built it. We still talk to them. They sold it to like some hyper
This
wealthy
sounds
family.
familiar. Yeah.
And I think it was the most expensive house to ever sell in Southeast Wisconsin. I think it sold for like $35 million or some shit.
Okay.
So maybe I'm underestimating these
Yeah.
$3 million homes that I'm
And
thinking
maybe
of.
I'm underestimating the amount that $1 million is.
Right.
Like maybe it moves up to 1 million, these shitty houses, but 2 million is still double the amount,
Right.
Like that could be much more house and much more, nice shit
Yeah.
in the house actually. That's what I noticed when we were looking for houses. Like there seemed to be no difference between a $400,000 house with all new shit and a $400,000 house. Like you upgrading your appliances and your countertops and
Does
all
it
that
make it
stuff
worth more?
at that point didn't.
No.
And I think at this point
I think it
probably
makes
does
it
again.
sell faster, maybe. You've
And-
now made your house more appealing.
And I bet as interest rates rise, that kind of shit's more important
Sure.
because you can't throw that extra money into it at a cheaper rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you plan on changing something.
Yeah.
When it was at 3%, you're like, fuck it. We'll take a $20,000 loan and
Yeah.
fix whatever nonsense you're
Right. We'll
not
update
into
it
to
the way
begin
we
with.
want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, then so my thought process on my exposure to these luxury homes, my lowly Wisconsinite view of this isn't even nice. I like tried to translate that to like what a celebrity's life must be like. You know, somebody who is like in California, who is just constantly exposed to the nicest things in the world, where like their
Sure.
standards now just become all fucked up.
Yeah, you just get used to whatever you're in,
Yeah.
regardless. Regardless if it's shitty or if it's awesome. You're
Right.
just like, that's
Like
your...
an abused kid, that's just normal.
Yeah.
That's what life is.
Yeah.
Or a wealthy kid, that's what life is.
Well, even my wife's brother lives in San Diego. They had 2 houses. The one house that they lived in, they might have been like a 4-bedroom house. They had a pool in the backyard and they had an acre, which in San Diego, that's like a $5 million house.
Yeah, yeah.
A fucking shitty house here that you would rent when you were 19 years old with 4 other roommates. They had that's $1 million house. They
Yeah.
had 2 houses. They had one that they rented out. Well, they had a total of like 16 kids combined,
Yeah.
like when they got married. So all the adult kids all lived in that house. But it was like, that's $1 million house, and it looks like, I mean, it's not nice at all.
Sure.
It's just where it
It's
is.
just in a great location.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically lakefront property, but the entire all of San
California.
Diego.
All of that
Yeah.
part of California. Yeah, I just think it's it's interesting to think of how your exposure to whatever's around you, like you were saying, like it just becomes normalized.
You take that for granted for your health
Yeah.
or whatever. I think I realize like when you're cranking it, when you're doing really good, when you're being like super healthy, 5 drinks hurts the next day. Like you feel fucking terrible.
Mhm.
But when your standard is eating shitty and having a couple drinks here and there, 5 drinks is nothing. It doesn't change your day to day.
Sure.
But you have a quarter bottle of tequila on 14 days of being solidly healthy.
Yeah.
Like you feel like straight fucking death.
Well, it's just yeah, I mean, that specifically is like poison, right? You've created this well-oiled machine that's got its oil changed every month and
Sure.
everything's operating pure. And then you're like, yeah, here's this bottle with skull and crossbones on it. You dump it in there and then it's like, what the fuck is this?
What have I done?
Yeah,
Have you had this?
I haven't.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's still, I mean, it's not super cheap. It's like $1 a beer still, but
Yeah.
it's good for, I mean, you could put Kirkland on anything. I'm such a fucking Kirkland hoe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Who isn't? Who isn't? I mean,
That was my biggest, like, not financial blunder, but like just knowing everyone loves Costco so much that I just didn't take all my money and put it in Kirkland stock or
Sure.
put it in Costco stock right as soon as I started there.
Yeah.
Like I bought one piece of stock at the time and it was like $500. It's over $1,000 now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I don't even know why I stopped at that point. I was just like, I gotta have a little bit, you know what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
And it was
That
like,
unsure investment where you're
yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to say I have a piece of it.
Well, that was right as, I'm guessing 2023, like the end of 2023. We were just like coming out of getting our shit kicked in.
Sure.
Over the last like 2 years where everything, you know, like Meta lost like 90% over like that time period. Everything was just in the tank.
Yeah.
Terrible. And you're just trying to like catch the bottom,
Sure.
or at least that's where I'm always thinking, you know?
Whatever happened with I had this discussion with my brother about like movie theater stock because movie theater stock tanked.
Yeah, like AMC was bust, like going
Is it
crazy.
big again now?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, when it was doing what I assume you're talking about, that was just market manipulation, essentially. Like the
You don't think it had
GameStop.
anything to do with it? Actually, nobody attending theaters.
Oh, when it like took a gigantic hit to
Well, it
begin
took a
with.
dive because people weren't actually going to the theater anymore, right?
Yeah,
And then
I
people
don't
were like,
know.
the days of the theater are gone.
That's what I thought. The guy I work with, his girlfriend runs like the kitchen at one, and I guess it's pretty booming.
I think they're doing good. I go to the
Actually,
theater
yeah.
like once a week now with my family.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
go
haven't.
regularly.
The last movie I saw was definitely a kids movie, but I don't even remember what it was. I
Yeah.
think it was like Despicable
Human
4
Centipede?
or something. Yes, for children, correct. Yeah, I've probably seen like 5 movies in the theater, and no, I bet I've seen 3 movies in the last 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go a lot. We just bought. Marcus has like a kids pass. So what they do is they show old kids movies.
Yeah, I've seen that they're doing that, like
Yeah.
putting old stuff out there pretty often,
Yep.
not just kids movies.
I mean,
But
it's smart. It's essentially what we talked about last time, where like when comedians' tickets aren't selling, they just give you the thing to get you in there to buy all the other
sure,
shit.
and nostalgia as well.
Yes.
You're just like,
Well, it's like
I love Home Alone. It's
Yeah.
Christmas time. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like we've just been watching. Like Jesse today took the kids to a movie, and yeah, it's like $1.50 a ticket, which is dirt cheap. But then
Yeah.
you buy popcorn and drinks, and before you know it, you spend $100 on a Sunday, you know, for a movie that was supposed to cost you $6.
Sure.
I mean, they know what they're doing. They pull you in there, unless you know.
There is a
smuggle.
business plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. They're not losing money by
Yeah.
showing old movies. But yeah, I like the theater. I like that environment. I think it also shows my kids, like, I think it's hard to get your kids to sit still at a movie at home to like focus.
For sure.
Where like a theater
Well, you
is that
yourself
environment.
too. Yeah. I mean, putting your phone away.
Yeah.
As
You're
well.
like, yeah, you see somebody on their phone, you're like, I judge them.
It's
like,
yeah. It seems very strange that you'd be on your phone
yeah,
in a theater, and I have seen people do that as well. But
yeah.
yeah, I see. I think it was Despicable Me 4 or 5 or whatever the fucking last one was. I saw a movie right before COVID. Oh, that was Onward,
Oh,
which
I like Onward.
yeah, it's pretty decent. And then the last movie I saw before that was The Remnant.
that's a
with
great movie.
My boyfriend Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, you guys went together? You saw it?
No, I just am in love with him. Every one of his movies is fucking
Yeah.
good, I think.
Well, you're not a 23-year-old girl, so I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out.
I mean, I can always hope. No, but what is it? What's the bad Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
I mean, there's a fun one.
What's that?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not
great.
bad.
Gilbert, yeah, it's fucking great. And that's 30
Basketball
years ago.
Diaries is awesome.
He doesn't have a bad movie.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, Shutter Island's good. What's Look Up? Look Up wasn't good.
Oh, you didn't think so?
I thought it was okay. It just
Yeah.
felt like
Too
kind
much
of
propaganda.
yeah, kind of super woke
Yeah.
shit in my face. I mean, it was fine. He wasn't bad in it.
Yeah. I thought I liked it when I saw it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was before I had
Before you got red pilled?
Yeah, before I had too many strong opinions
Yeah.
on all that.
Yeah.
But I think even at the time, I remember it being, before I was even looking out for that kind of shit,
Yeah.
I remember it being like a little much in that direction.
So, did you like that movie with, wait, was he in that movie too? What was the last movie? Did Barack Obama have something to do with it? With the
he wasn't in it. Ethan Hawke?
Yes,
Yeah.
you
Where
knew
the
what I was
World
talking
Ends
about.
or whatever.
Yes. Did you like that movie? Or you didn't
I
like
thought it was good, but it
Yeah,
had
I thought
a few,
it was good too.
there was a few things in there where I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I think a lot of times I push aside any political view with most
like,
things
art?
that are just entertainment.
Sure.
Even like, some people like TJ, like, will not watch like John Oliver.
Sure.
Like, I think John Oliver's awesome.
Sure.
Like, I like that show. And
Yeah.
a bit much of, they go a little over the top with some woke shit
Sure.
as well, but it's also like, I think it's a good show. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of, I've based some financial like some of the financial things they've put on there, I've like took tips from and things like that. And I think it's a good like investigative. I don't even know if it's on anymore. I guess I don't have HBO anymore, but I feel like when Trump got elected, I haven't seen it. I didn't see it on.
I never watched John Oliver. I know who he is. I don't think that because something is liberal, it by default is not good.
Sure.
I think that's a silly way.
Yeah.
You know, SNL is likely a fairly liberal show. I don't really watch it, but there's absolutely funny shit on SNL.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I try to set aside, but then there's moments where you watch something and you go, oh, I see what happened here, right? Like a producer or somebody in some position of power was like, insert this here as like some requirement in the process of making this movie. I think I try to be.
Do you think you're gonna like that's gonna disappear? As in, you're not gonna see political leanings?
No, I don't think it'll
in
ever.
Entertainment.
You think? What do you mean? Because it's leaned so hard over the course of the last.
Just because it seems, I don't know if I was ignorant to the fact that it was out there 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but it seems like it's pretty prevalent now that you can see it easily.
Yeah.
I feel like that you won't be able to tell as much, however, what producer or whoever.
What do you mean? Like it won't be as brazen? As
you can't tell, or you think it's going to lean the other way?
I think it'll stay the way it is. I don't think it'll. I think you hear certain people talk about like a movie like Superbad couldn't be made today because it's so, I don't know, misogynistic or inappropriate or look at Ace Ventura.
Good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at Ace Ventura, right? The bad guy was a trans,
tranny,
with a big bulge in her fucking panties. So, like movies like that.
What's so bad about Superbad?
That's
probably the movie I've seen the most out of any movie in existence.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not super. Maybe it's more like Tropic Thunder is a movie you couldn't make with Robert Downey in blackface.
Yeah, that movie's incredible as well.
I agree,
but.
I just think that there's people that are
you've
scared.
seen the most out of any movie
in my life?
I think Superbad is that movie for me. I bet I've seen it like 40 times at least.
You know what it might be?
I used to come home and watch it on Blu-ray like constantly.
Yeah,
like come home at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, it's comedic gold. What do I always put on? So for a while, I was on this wild Avatar kick. For a long time. And Jesse Beck, you're watching that shit again. It was there's another movie. Why can't I think of what it is? It's a
Interstellar.
Movie Interstellar's on that list. Dude, good.
As a like action movie or not action drama, I guess.
Yeah.
That's probably the drama I've seen the most time.
I mean, the music is amazing. Hans Zimmer's coming to Milwaukee. Like that's the guy who makes the music for those movies.
From Die Hard? No, is that a different guy?
No, that's Hans
Gruber.
I
thought he died. He fell off the building.
No, Hans Gruber's gone.
Yeah,
Hans Zimmer's his brother.
Nice. It's weird how they do that in Germany.
First
names, just like Koreans or whatnot.
They don't know what they're doing over there.
Sure.
So
I think they do know what they're doing.
Sure.
They built our space program. Show some respect.
Yeah, I just actually watched Interstellar again recently. Speaking of movies that I've watched, when's the last time you watched Braveheart?
It's been a while.
It's so good.
It is good. I know it's good. Yeah,
it's amazing. Sure. I think I'm going to try to get Jessie to watch it.
She doesn't. She's never seen it.
Well, she won't. I mean, it's a fucking Scottish war film.
3 hours long.
Yeah,
but it was like one of the most popular movies ever, right? As like
but it's hard to sell her that.
But it's not girl shit either.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the whole movie's a love story.
What was it 1995?
Something like that.
So Jessie was probably
10.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't think I watched it as a kid. I mean, the first time
I remember it coming out. I think it maybe came out a little later. I may have seen it in the theater.
Oh, I bet I saw that when I was like 15.
Maybe it's a little later. Maybe it's like 99 or something.
But yeah, it
What came out first? Braveheart, then The Patriot came out after that.
for sure.
I'm pretty sure I bought like The Patriot on DVD when it came out.
Also an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's
When he
pretty
was
great.
when he was rocking it.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything recently.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of shitty movies. He has new movies.
They're just not good. Once you talk shit about all the Jews, they fucking kicked them out of Hollywood.
Yes, as soon as he talked about the Jews and got caught dropping N-bombs on that call with his girlfriend.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, it's not going to work out. So yeah.
Danny Glover didn't even have his back on that either.
Yeah.
Even they're standing back to back.
Not such a lethal weapon.
Yeah. Fucking Danny.
What's Danny Glover up to?
Is he still alive?
Probably.
He's gotta be.
He probably looks like he's 40.
No. Last time I saw him, he looked like 100 years old. He looks old as fuck.
Let's go to our old trusty Internet Movie Database.
Oh, I forgot the Rip Torn. Who was, who's the
Brian
opposite?
Cox.
Oh, damn it.
Brian Cox and Rip Torn. All right.
What
Danny.
does that's Eli Manning? Does he have a fake nose?
I mean, that's drawn, right? May the
Is
best
it?
Manning win. Yeah, that's
I have my
drawing.
glasses off. Okay.
Danny Glover. Let's see.
He's the president?
I think he's been the president in a few movies. I don't like how the website's so much different than the app. The app gives you like a nice synopsis.
Brittany
There
Glover.
it is. Let's see. Yeah, he's still alive.
How old is he?
1946. It's almost 80. Yep. Where was Danny when fucking Mel was
Yeah.
saying horrible shit?
Didn't have his back at all.
Nope. Apparently, have you ever seen that video of the kid saying apparently?
No. Put it on.
You're going to see it. And it's one of the funniest.
What's your background here? What's this?
I came with the computer. You mean like the screen in the
Yeah.
back?
Uh-huh.
That's just Lenovo's thing that they think I want to see.
Who's that beefcake down there? You just looking at beefcakes?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, yeah, it is. Nice. Nice pants.
This guy?
Just beefcake in it.
Will pro bodybuilders listen to science? Cool. What was I going to look up?
You got distracted by the beefcake.
Yeah, it's just pecs. I'm scared now. Apparently kid. Watch. As soon as look at that. APPA and apparently kid comes up. This kid is the best.
Oh, I have seen this.
Second, what did you think about the ride?
It was great.
Yeah, this guy's the greatest.
I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently every time, Grandpa just gives me the remote after we watch the Powerball.
Tell me about the ride. What did you think about the ride?
Well, it was great
Why?
because apparently you're spinning around. Apparently every time you get dizzy.
This kid has autism, right?
You get dizzy.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
What year do you think this
And
was?
I've never ever been
04.
on live television. I never ever be on live television.
Are you excited?
Yeah,
He's at like a
remember
state
when we
fair.
went
Yeah.
down the super slide? When I went
He's
down
probably a
the
bodybuilder now. Look at how he's built.
I just freak out.
Freak out.
I need his name. Hi, honey. Hold on. Yep. Hold on. I'm just gonna ask him. What's his name? Noah. What's your last name?
Deck Ritter.
How do you spell his last name?
Ritter, R-I-T-T-E-R.
Okay. Where are you guys from?
Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre. All right,
Mhm.
buddy.
Apparently the best.
Yeah, he just kind of like reminds you of a 2000s or 90s kid.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. What year was this? They tell you how long ago? 10 years ago. Yep, that kid is the best. What else have I been watching? Have you ever seen Blink Twice? It's a new Channing Tatum movie.
Oh, is it on? What is it on?
It's on Prime.
Oh yeah, Amazon. Okay.
It's very good.
Is it a love story?
It has. You ever see Get Out, Jordan Peele's movie?
Yeah.
It has Get Out vibes.
Okay.
It's like a weird
Is his shirt off?
drama at some points.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
So
make
you're in.
Channing Tatum movies without his shirt off.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I think he looks great in it. It's fucking weird
Yeah,
and very well
okay.
done. And I'm pretty sure it was like written, produced, and directed, or two of those three things by do you know who Zoe Kravitz is?
Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in that. Is she Catwoman or something like that?
I think she's
Yeah.
been in a few movies.
And she, what the fucking
She was in like a
Khal Drogo is like, is there a stepdad or something?
in real life?
Yeah.
Who, Jason
Momoa?
Momoa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he always like pumping her up or something?
Oh, I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know there was a connection there,
I
but
think so.
it's very
Wait,
good.
because Lenny Kravitz was that child is a Cosby child, right?
I don't know.
Like she's Denise from the Cosby Show, right? Like the
That's
funk,
her mom?
I think so, right? Or I might be 100% off on all of this.
I mean, I don't know. I think it all sounds right to me.
So she directed it. You said,
So I think she but
but she can't be more than like 25 years old, right?
I think she's pretty young.
Which is insane that someone would give a 25-year-old that type of range.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
to do that.
it's very well done. I liked it a lot. I see IMDb gives it a 6.5. Director Zoe Kravitz, writer
she
Zoe
wrote
Kravitz.
It. Okay.
So yeah, she wrote, directed. I don't know if she produced it, but
Look up Zoe.
so
Yeah, she's kind of hot too.
yeah,
Yeah,
good looking girl.
Yeah, there she is, Catwoman.
Looks like her dad. Handsome like her father.
Yes.
Let's see, 1988. So she's what?
Oh, she's old as fuck. I thought she was like 25 years
Fucking
old.
36 years old.
Yeah.
Fucking old broad.
Yeah, that's why she got that job.
Oh yeah, there she is, this Catwoman. Yeah, I thought it was amazing. Very
Nice.
well done.
So
Very
what is
cool
it about
movie.
you like weird movies? Just if something's weird, are you automatically drawn to it?
No, I mean, do you know the production company A24?
I've seen it pop up on my screen.
So
I believe.
A24 typically makes weird shit.
Yeah.
So I guess what you're saying is accurate, because if I see an A24 movie, I'm like, oh, I need
Yeah.
to watch that.
Sure.
Because A24, it seems like it's going to be something that's just out of the norm, off the wall. I do think that type of art interests me. Like, oh, I like people who like swing for the fences, take chances,
Sure.
make something that doesn't fall in the realm of, acceptable social behavior,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say I like weird movies like that. Stuff like that comes up. You ever watch you ever watch Soylent Green?
No, I know what it is, but yeah. No, I've never seen it.
So when I was in my 10-day COVID vacation, when I had COVID, I just lived down in the basement, and I started looking up on IMDb what are the top 100 movies
Yeah.
ever made, and
Yeah.
Soylent Green comes up. What's the other one? Rosebud is the big thing they say in it.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched Citizen Kane. I was not a huge fan of Citizen Kane. It was
Yeah.
fine.
I've never seen it.
I think it was probably revolutionary for its time. I think it's
Sure.
from the 40s.
Yeah.
But I was not impressed. I had a buddy who told me, he's like, oh, it's an amazing film. I didn't really think that.
Yeah, I think you probably have to be like a film nerd.
To really
What's the
appreciate it.
oldest movie that you actually like? That's a good question, because you watch anything even the 80s, shit is ultra slow. It's not The Godfather is often put way up there, but that's a pretty slow fucking movie as
Yeah.
well. But
I think my oldest movie I
it
like-
is maybe the oldest movie that I actually like.
When was The Godfather made?
70s?
Is that before Rocky?
If only there was a site.
Is that before Rocky? Because I think Rocky
Yes.
might be my.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky's the 70s too,
probably
right?
pretty close. Yeah.
So I think Rocky might be my. I've watched The Godfather, but I haven't watched it in so long. I
Have
don't
you ever watched?
remember how much I like it.
I forgot what it's called. I don't know how it's said, but it's The
72.
Godfather 1 and 2, and I think it's 1 and 2, but it's spliced and put in chronological order.
Why? Because did the movies intersect with each other? The timelines?
So there's like bunch of flashbacks and shit like that
Okay.
throughout each of them. So they put all the flashbacks. There's no flashbacks.
It's all just
Everything
in
is
line?
just all put together like that. It's like 9 hours long. But
Oh.
I never watched anything. I watched that for the first time of watching The God. I've never saw.
You watched that thing? The
Yeah.
9-hour thing?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a
I think
commitment.
I was like sick, or I think I tore my rotator cuff.
Okay.
That's when I watched it. When I was just like at home for, for 24 hours a day for
Sure.
pretty much go to physical therapy twice a week or whatever it was. And then I was home
Okay.
all the time.
Sure.
But yeah,
74.
74. Gotcha.
72.
Oh,
Right?
that's the second one.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
72. That's a pretty good turnaround though for a movie like that. 74
Sure.
to be the second one.
Did they
So-
shoot them at the same time?
Rocky was 76. They might have shot him at the
Yeah.
same time. So Rocky, I think is one of my favorite movies. Rocky's so good. I've just recently rewatched all the Rocky movies.
Don't know if I know I've seen it,
Yeah.
but I can't
It's
I've maybe seen it one time.
It's
I
in
probably
that-
watched it on TBS.
it's in the same vein that you were saying. It's very slow. Like I think if you ask the average person what is the Rocky movie like let's see what the runtime on. I think it's long too. I think it was a runtime. It's got to be right here up top, right? 2 hours. So I mean, for 76, 2 hours is a long movie. Which I'm sure The Godfather's like 3.
Were you
right?
implying a pun?
What?
You're like, what's the runtime?
Oh, because Rocky's
it's-
running.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm such a good producer. That's what I'm doing.
Look at that.
So yeah, I think if you ask most people what like Rocky is about, the first movie, I mean, I think people that haven't watched it in a long time would probably just remember like the fight scenes and maybe just some of like the love story between him and Adrian. The movie's slow. Like the first like hour and a half of the movie is just
Yeah.
like learning
what-
who he is.
yeah.
And like he lives in this shitty apartment and he lives in this shitty neighborhood. And he just mopes around bouncing a fucking racquetball off the ground, bullying people.
Yeah, that's what like every movie, because I've watched a lot of old movies, and it's like every one of them it just takes so long for fucking something
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah. Soylent Green. Let me look up how.
You know what? Another good old movie is
Soylent Green 73.
shit. Is it Alcatraz?
Yeah.
Is
Escape
it
from
Alca-
Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, dude,
So
that
good.
movie's awesome.
So good.
And what movie that got like that? I remember like that movie is like quicker for. I went on like a Clint Eastwood like
That's
just
79.
spree. Yeah,
Yes. I watched this movie when I
and
was
maybe
like
the good,
12
the
years
bad, and
old.
the ugly.
I don't think I've
Wait,
watched
no,
any
that's
of his
a
old
west.
ones.
That's a western. I'm thinking, and I don't think it's Dirty Harry either. There's one of them. He's slapping a lot of women in it. I know that for that. So it is excellent. It may even, it could even just be this.
Look at that handsome young man. $1 Million Baby. There's some women getting hit in that one.
Gran Torino, that's good too.
Gran Torino's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. You know, his son is in that movie. His son, Scott Eastwood. So I think his son for years like refused to use his dad's last name,
Yeah.
and then eventually was like embraced it. But
When he was poor, he needed money.
Yeah, when he
was
needed
like,
something.
I'll embrace it now.
Sure, now
to
I'm
get
an
a job.
Eastwood.
Yeah.
he's in Gran Torino. He is. Do you remember the scene? You know, it's like he's in the neighborhood of like Hmong Asians, and he is. the girl of like the neighbor family, and then there's the young girl and the young boy that he talks to. The young girl is like walking down the street with like this total like wigger.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why when you said it, that's what I
That's his
pictured
son.
in my head too. Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
like, what does he say to him? There's a scene where he's like, you get him, old man. He's like, shut up. He like, what does he say? He just says, shut up, pussy, or something.
Yeah, something perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you tell him, oh man, he's like, shut up, pussy. It's to get to
Yeah.
say that to your son on camera.
Yeah, that was probably, well, he's done a few movies since then, right? Wait, did he die?
No, he's alive. I think.
See what? I'm gonna guess
he's gotta be in his
97.
90s. Let's see when he was born. 1930. That's what? Yeah, 95.
Yeah,
If he had a birthday this year.
not yet.
Let's see. Let's go with his most recent. So for acting.
Is there any movie where he's hanging dong? That's what I want to know.
It's a good question.
Pull it up. put that into
Put in
Grok.
Grok.
Yeah.
It is just gonna generate an image. Oh, look at! I pulled a scene of him pulling his hand out of his shirt like a gun from Gran Torino. I actually, I would like to go back and watch. You know, they remade Nosferatu. You know what Nosferatu?
Yeah, it's out now, right?
Yeah.
Is it a vampire movie?
Yeah. So the original Nosferatu is from like 1925. It's a silent film. And I recently heard on a podcast two guys talking about it, saying that Nosferatu is one guy's opinion was, if you think that you don't like silent films, watch it and it might change your opinion. Like,
Yeah.
you might, because the one guy's like that I listened to, shout out Kent Chungus, he was saying that for people that are horror fans, Nosferatu is like the OG character. So like Bram Stoker's Dracula and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
Nosferatu is like the original scary vampire. You know, people think of like Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger, you know, as like classic horror characters. So like this is like the old
Is that
horror character.
French or?
Sounds French. Yeah, I mean, all this looks Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. How long is it? 1 hour, 34 minutes of silence. That's wild to think of. Should sit my fucking little kids down and have them watch this. Don't speak or this thing will show up in your room.
Yeah, it seems. I guess I would do it, but
Yeah, it might
I
take
feel like I
some-
would just be doing it just to, you know, people say that, what you just said.
Yeah.
Like, this is excellent, blah,
Sure.
blah, blah. I think people just want to be special.
Sure.
And say things like that. Like,
Well, they feel
and-
like they're in rare air.
Yeah.
I'm one of the sophisticated people
Well,
that
that's
likes...
what I was asking about. Do you like weird movies? Because I do like, I love weird, like anything weird I'm totally into. And then I'm like, is this because you're like trying to make yourself feel special? You're like, I like this. You don't
Sure.
like it because I'm unique.
Well, it's
So
one of
I
those-
enjoy this. You probably wouldn't like it because you're not unique like I am or
Takes,
special, you know.
takes a certain kind
Sure,
of person
exactly.
to really appreciate the nuances.
Yeah. And like, am I actually liking this or do I just like it because I like that it makes me special?
Do I
or
feel
something, you
a
know?
social pressure to agree with this being
Sure.
good?
Like, have you seen Internal
Sunshine of the Spotless
Yes,
Mind.
yes. Have you seen that?
Yeah, a long time ago. I
Yeah.
remember liking it. It's one of Jim Carrey's like serious films.
Yeah. He's got a lot of pretty
What did he
good
do? Like the
movies.
number 27 or something was another one.
Yep. Yeah.
Or 23. Is
But
what
that
it's called?
movie's, you know, like they're like erase your memory or whatever.
Yeah.
And that you remember it a little bit.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's a good movie.
Is it about him like losing his mind because something's happening to
No,
him?
I think it's like he's in love with someone and then she breaks up with him and then it's like you like go to a doctor or whatever and they can just like remove them from your memory.
Because you don't want that sad
Yeah,
thing in your
like
head
you
anymore.
can't take it any like it's just a kind of a unique movie.
Sure.
But I don't even know why I thought of that.
I remember because we were talking about weird movies.
Yeah.
I
but
remember
meant,
liking
like,
it.
I haven't like considered that movie. I don't even know where I would consume it anymore. Like
Yeah.
it may have been on Netflix.
It's like an
for
early
a
2000s
super long time
movie,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's like a
probably.
05 movie
Probably
or something.
like that. Yeah.
What's another one? You ever see is it called The Garden State? Zach Braff?
Yeah, I don't think I have seen it, but yeah,
I
know what you're
remember
talking
liking
about.
it. I don't remember much about it, but I remember. Have you ever seen the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Of course, I just told you how much I love him.
I think it's one of the best movies. It's in like my top 20 for
Yeah.
sure. It's so good.
Yeah,
You watch that movie, it's just the beginning to end process of the movie, his character, the weed farm that they stumble, all of it. It's such a cool story, so well done.
yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. So do you know who my crush is? Is Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, you're just like Rio.
So I call him T Sizzler.
Yeah.
So I have a whole hard drive of like downloaded movies. There's drama, there's comedy, there's T Sizzler.
I don't think he's in bad movies.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in most of the movies he's in.
sure.
I think is the bottom. Edge of Tomorrow is my favorite Tom Cruise movie.
Have you ever seen
Risky Business, yes.
no, that's not what I was gonna say. God damn it.
Jerry Maguire,
Why did I just lose?
because I just say things and
Yeah.
then it's gonna
No, you're
go
fucking
out
with
of
me.
yeah. Mission
Uh,
Impossible,
No.
Mission Impossible 2,
No.
Mission Impossible 3,
Yeah.
Ghost
Yeah,
Protocol.
There it is. There
Yeah.
it is. No, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, yes, but I don't have like a
Fond of clear memory of it.
no. I've seen it, but I haven't seen it more than one time.
It's so good.
End of Tomorrow, I've seen like
Yeah.
5 times at least.
I think, you know-
that movie's. Do you like?
Yes, The Edge of Tomorrow is amazing.
Where is that on your Tom Cruise rank?
It's like probably like
It's
top.
not number 1. Fuck you.
It's probably top 5.
So what's above it?
I would.
That
War of the Worlds might be like my top Tom Cruise movie.
Okay.
It's so good. I think his acting in there, like the movie's essentially him as a dad trying to protect his kids while the world falls apart. But
Sure.
he's kind of not a good dad.
Yeah.
So it's this like you get to see him like
I hear that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
there's these moments where like the world is falling apart and he's trying to be a good father because he knows he should be, but he's not sure what to do. He's used to like calling his ex to fix everything,
Yeah.
but now like there's fucking aliens coming
Sure.
and he has to, and it's for me it's like a really cool like I don't know. I think because I have this I like romanticize like saving my family from something.
Sure.
I don't know if that's like a most fathers or most men thing.
I'm trying to think of my actual scenario of being the hero.
Yeah. Mine's just like pushing a kid out of the way of a bus and getting hit.
Yeah.
And then I get like a funeral where everyone loves me.
Oh, mine never involved me dying.
Like mine is I need to be sacrificed.
Sure.
And
there's-
someone needs
there's
to
something
live.
romantic about that, just in and of itself, right?
Yeah. That's like my very simplistic view of like
I did it. And
Yeah.
I was completely unselfish.
I'm not
Yeah.
worthless.
Yeah.
I was supposed to
Exactly.
be here.
Yeah.
If
That's
I wasn't here,
That
he-
is such a movie thing, though, too, right?
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
like, you didn't need to die.
right. You could have
Right.
grabbed him and both ran.
Yeah. It would have been fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think because that movie like totally plays on that, I don't think he sacrificed. They live. Spoiler, they live.
I'm out.
But I think it's
I don't watch
this-
any movie where a white man lives at the end.
Sure.
Not interested.
Sure.
It's not interesting to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, not if you're gonna own a chalet in fucking San Diego.
Sure. Fair enough.
So that one is probably one of my tops. I think Oblivion's great.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
No?
What's Oblivion?
Oblivion, I think, came out like 15 years ago.
Cocktail? Do you mean to say Cocktail?
Cocktail's good as well.
Days of Thunder?
Days of Thunder is also good.
The Edge of Tomorrow. Is the
Edge
best
of
one.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow's amazing.
Oh, is this with Jamie Foxx?
No,
Oh,
Morgan Freeman. Kind of the same.
this is another
Pretty close.
end world-ending movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
It's awesome. Let's just go through the Tom Cruise list. Why not?
So why is it Edge of Tomorrow your favorite one?
Why isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like The Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh my God. Minority Report is awesome.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
That's probably that may be better.
Have you ever seen Magnolia?
No.
Magnolia's awesome. Weird. What's the other one?
I
Vanilla
know,
Sky?
Eyes Wide Shut?
No.
Wait, is that not him?
That is him.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Eyes Wide Shut. It's very weird. I feel like Eyes Wide Shut's like a look into like what Hollywood's really doing.
Yeah. Didn't the director get murdered after that?
Yeah, I think the director of that is the guy who made.
He got killed afterwards.
Yeah,
Or he died mysteriously or
Kubrick.
something, right?
Stanley
Kubrick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something suspiciously odd happened to him right afterwards.
But Jerry Maguire keeps fucking chugging along.
Yeah, who directed
Regardless.
that guy's still around.
Does that just tell you that Scientology is probably the true religion? It's the only thing that makes sense, right?
Speaking of true religion, have you heard of the movie Heretic?
Is true religion genes?
Yeah, I think it's,
Okay, but go ahead.
terrible clothes for guys that look like you.
Okay, fair enough.
For white guys who want to wear shit with crosses and
Oh, okay. I could do that.
bejewel their jeans.
Ooh. All right.
I might be totally wrong.
Au
I think that's
revoir.
what it is. How do you use? Is it heretic? Heretic?
Heretic, yeah.
Yeah, with Hugh Grant.
I don't know it.
It's really good. It's really fucking weird. It's all about religion.
Okay, so we were talking definitions. So define heretic.
I think heresy, which would fall
Did
into
you
heretic.
look this? Did you just set me up for you to
No.
ask that?
No.
Did you just plant this in my brain?
No, so I've already thought
Is
about
this an Inception type of scenario?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is the third time we've done this, Brian. We're on a timeline.
Sure.
Rinse, repeat. The
how
Edge
many?
of Tomorrow. Well, heresy is somebody who speaks ill of the religion, right? Is that what heresy is?
Yeah, heresy, blasphemy, I feel like. Or
Are they synonymous?
Sure.
I would think so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something
We'll
close
look it
to
up here
yeah.
after we make
Yeah,
our assumptions and see how wrong we are.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick the word closest to it, that's what I would.
Heresy and heretic.
No, blasphemy and
Heresy.
yeah,
Sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So a heretic is the person who
Would be
is accused of heresy.
Sure.
So that's what I think.
It's a Hugh Grant?
Yeah, he's awesome
Really?
in it. He looks exactly the same, just older.
Sure.
Like he's so cool.
Look, now as soon as you said that, I was like, look up Elizabeth Hurley. Because I think she still looks like fucking incredible.
Were-
And she's like 7.
Were those two together forever?
Yeah, I think they're married.
They still are?
Yeah, no, I don't know if they still are, but
Okay.
what is this on?
The movie?
Yeah.
I stole it off the internet,
Oh.
so I'm not sure. You know, like I do.
Sure.
The fuck is this? Get this shit off.
Yeah,
here.
you remember like in the 90s, Hugh Grant got in trouble for got in trouble for a hooker?
Good to see everything's okay in here.
He's married to Elizabeth Hurley, though.
I don't remember that.
Really?
No.
Look up Elizabeth Hurley. Just look at a picture of her.
Why
Now.
isn't this going? What is
Good
this?
afternoon. Mr. Reed, are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Hit the little axe!
It's not working.
What's his face has a Super Bowl commercial.
Shane?
No, well, I'm sure I bet he'll have multiple.
He's got a couple.
Tim Robinson has a Super Bowl
Oh, I
commercial.
saw it. I saw
you
it.
did
With
see
the
it?
alien getting his
Yeah.
head crushed in the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has the other.
I said, I hit the little axe. I don't do sound things.
It's got a very Detroiters vibe.
Yeah,
actually.
it's him and Sam, whatever.
Yeah.
His face.
Well, that guy was in I Think You Should Leave, too, in
Yep.
a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
But, yeah.
He's in Veep, too,
Okay.
which is another good show.
I think you told me that. But you know who's in it? That's exciting.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Topher Grace.
Oh, from That 70s Show?
Yeah. Got a small role.
What's up with him? Like, he was like
He was in
set to be like a star at one point, and then
probably being connected to that dude who's in trouble for doing
You
horrible
think
shit.
so?
Maybe.
Danny Masterson.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I think he also has
Where's the
that.
grilled cheese, Danny?
We get that grilled cheese, Danny. I'm going to make that a fucking drop on the soundboard.
Nice.
The next time we do this, I'm going to have a grilled cheese Danny drop.
Where's that grilled cheese, Danny?
Yeah, he
No, I don't know if that affects.
I don't know if it is either.
Yeah.
I think he's also has that 70s show money, which is real money.
Sure. And
So,
like you
like-
don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, unless
Do
acting's
anything.
like a real passion project
Sure.
for you, you're like, I can probably make
But
like
if you're
20 mil a year
I
and do
mean,
nothing.
he's 40 years old, 50 years old,
Yeah.
right? So
I mean, he's still in films. He's in that
Yeah.
new Flight Risk movie with Mark Wahlberg. He's in the new Mark Wahlberg movie.
do you like Mark Wahlberg movies as well?
I like Mark Wahlberg. I like some Mark Wahlberg. He was in Basketball Diaries.
Mark Wahlberg was?
Yeah, with young Leo.
I
And
don't
they're
remember
both
that.
fucking heroin addicts trying
is
to
he?
suck dudes off in a bathroom
really?
stall. Yeah. Have you ever seen Basketball Diaries?
Yes, I've seen it. I didn't remember that he was in
I
it.
recently watched that with my 17-year-old. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, she brought it up. I was like, oh, I'll watch it with you. And then there's like a bunch of uncomfortable, horrible
Sure.
shit in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get popcorn.
I'll be in the bathroom for 10 minutes. Let me know when the homosexual activity ends.
Let me know when.
Yeah.
What's the other one that I watched with my 19-year-old when she was like 16? We watched Jared Leto, Marlon Wayans, horrible movie. I can't think of it. It's one of my favorite horrible movies.
I have no clue. I have no clue what you're
Why
talking
can't
about.
I think of it? I don't even want to look it up because I should know this. Well, let's get it over with.
I think I'm going to like it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll like it. It's so good. The soundtrack to it is amazing. Known for... Show me... It's an older one. Is this all chronological? Yeah, keep going. Camp. Requiem for a Dream. You ever see Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That movie's not bad, is it?
Oh yeah,
It is?
yeah. It's all
Maybe
about.
I haven't seen it.
It's
Maybe
all-
I always mix up Rec Room for a Dream and Basketball Diaries. It's NC-17.
So I actually had a. This might have to get cut out, but I had a pretty funny thought about making content. I was telling Jesse, I was like, "What if you what if I made a play on the Black and Yellow song?"
Yeah.
And I said, if the lyrics were based on like an overweight white woman, and you were wondering who she's dating, he's either black or ghetto, black or ghetto.
Oh, Black or
you
Ghetto.
know what he is.
I thought you were going to leave yellow in there. I was like, does the Chinaman really
No.
love...
Black or ghetto. You could put in like ruining a credit. You could put in a bunch of cool stuff.
Sure.
You-
Fill in the blank. It writes itself.
You
Yeah.
know what he is?
Yeah.
Black or ghetto, black or ghetto.
Yeah, I just want to roll down that avenue, really. Like, you pushing 3 bills?
Black or
Black
ghetto.
or ghetto, black or ghetto, black or ghetto.
Yeah. Your parents are disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, what made you want to do this?
The podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. For years, I would say for the last like 5 years, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
And I've had a few conversations with different people about it. I don't think that I particularly have anything unique to say,
Sure.
but over the course of the last like decade, I've realized my favorite thing to do is have good conversations with people. It is like my top thing to do.
Sure.
And my least favorite thing to do is shitty conversations. Like, there's so many times you get stuck in a shitty conversation. You ever been at a party and like there's somebody you really enjoy talking to, and then like you wander off and then you get stuck with somebody you don't want to talk to, and the whole time you're just listening to the
This
conversation.
sounds so fun over
Yeah.
here.
I want to be over there.
Yeah.
But I'm stuck here because I'm not a
Someone
complete asshole.
complaining about
Yeah.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think like I think some of the best conversations I've ever had happen between like 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. when everybody's like just a little bit sauced up enough to like
Sure.
put their guard down, say the things that they normally wouldn't say. Like, I really like those conversations. Like, you and I were talking earlier today, and like what you had said was like, I kind of cut through like the surface level
Sure.
bullshit. So,
Yeah.
like, I agree with that. I think that I very much look forward to getting straight to like meaningful conversation.
Sure.
So, I mean, not that that's what we'll always do here, but I really I think what made me want to do this is just like, I enjoy talking. And like, I think there's something really good about, it's probably like something I've learned from like probably Rogan, like this locked in, no phone, no outside resources interrupting a conversation, I think is like very valuable. It's like a very, depending on what you call valuable. It's very, I enjoy it, I guess. I like the idea of just being locked in where nothing's interrupting
Sure.
the conversation.
Yeah, you're not looking at your phone. You're not whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you think what are you hoping to get out of this?
I don't know.
Beyond the enjoyment of the conversation, like, are you hoping to have a popular podcast? Like, is that your goal? Or is views a something you're looking for? Is monetization something you're looking for, or is it just like, let's fuck around and see what happens type of deal?
Yeah,
Or is there an end game? Is there an end game?
No, I don't think there's an end game. I think what I am looking for is like, I believe if you're going to do, I think it's like anything, like it's, almost for me, I guess it's almost like a pet project kind of
Sure.
thing, right? Like, I think as a 40-year-old man with a family who doesn't do much of this, what we're doing right now in life, I think that this part of it's like, it's not an excuse, I guess, to be able to just, I don't even want to call it an escape. I guess I overall really enjoy this.
Sure.
Right? So for me, even if it turns into nothing, I like this. Right? Like, I like,
It's a hobby for you without you needing a result one way or the other.
I think so. I mean, a result would be nice, I suppose.
Sure.
I don't think it's a requirement for me to continue this.
So part of my figuring out what we're doing here is like, what are we looking for?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? I feel like I'm here for the ride.
Okay.
As in, like, you set all this shit up, right?
Yeah.
I kind of am Field of Dreams-esque. If you build it, they will come. I'm here.
Sure.
So whatever you're doing here, that's what I'm doing here.
Well,
So I don't want to put any input into the design of what you got going on here because I don't know your goals for this or anything of it. I'm just here and I'm going to do what I think needs to be done for what's happening at this moment.
Okay, so what I would like from you in this
Sure.
is to be you.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
So far what I've got going.
Good. Just be yourself, because I think that's what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
Or that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think there's a few people that I thought of doing this with.
Sure.
And I asked you because I think you and I have a good back and forth, a good
Rapport.
yeah. I think that we do well speaking to each other. I it's like I have my list of topics, but like I have that in the event that we just hit stale air, right?
Sure.
To start something else up. It's like
Yeah.
even Jessie listened to the first episode and she's like, it's crazy that the two of you just talked to each other for 2 hours.
There's no it is kind of odd that it does go like there's not really dead air
No, yeah, it moves.
ever.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and I think that's a sign of like us having a good chemistry, I suppose, right?
Sure.
Like both of us have the ability to fill that in when it's necessary, hit a topic but yeah, I think my goal, I don't know, maybe it's a fucking midlife crisis. I'm 40, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
sure.
But I've thought about this for a long time. Listening to podcasts are interesting. I think one of the most interesting things about podcasts is like you almost feel like you get to know the person, but you've never met them.
One of the fantasy football podcasts I listened to, the guy was like, I just like listening to stuff that's a good hang. That
Yeah.
feels like a good hang.
Yeah.
Like the people. It's like you're just kind of hanging out.
I could see myself talking to these guys or being around them.
Yeah, type of deal. Like
Yeah.
you feel like you're part of it. So yeah, for sure. I can go anyway, man. Like you're trying to push it for whatever. Like I said, I don't need to see what the final result is
Sure.
of any of it. And I feel like it's better if I don't know anything
Sure.
at all. I feel like it's better that I know. I come into it like, am I not contributing by not bringing something to the table as in notes or whatever
No,
whatever?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think it's probably
I think you are sharp enough that you don't need notes. I think that you are pretty.
And I think you know me from other realms of life, but I would probably become ultra controlling
Oh, sure.
in the way of like, all right, well, this doesn't make any fucking sense. We
Sure.
have to, like that
Sure.
type of deal.
Which could be
So-
detrimental overall.
It's not the way things should.
Sure.
Not something like this should operate at all.
I mean, I'm
Like,
just happy that when I came to you all drunk at the bar that night, that's my ring.
okay. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
When I came to you at the bar that night and I was like, hey man, I'm thinking of starting this. Are you interested? And then
Yeah.
you like gave me this workaround answer. And then by the end of it, you were like, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I'm interested. Like,
yeah.
I'm very happy with
I
that.
kind of
it's
try to. I figured what I do a lot of the times is I may not have an answer to whatever it is, and I'm talking out whatever the answer is going to be, like reasoning with you.
and yourself.
I haven't even came up with what I was saying. I just keep speaking till I'm like, okay, all
Yeah.
right, well, this is where we're at now.
Sure.
This makes the most sense. And like, I think my best ideas and just, I guess you can leave it at best ideas come from me starting with a little bit of an idea, but when I start like speaking it into reality,
Sure.
then it's like it turns. I start changing my own mind
Sure.
a lot of the time.
As you say it out loud, it becomes like born.
I'll start at one point and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make, when I say it out loud, that doesn't make any fucking sense at
Sure.
all. Like this is,
You can find yourself
Yeah.
stopping yourself when you say it out loud and realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I think I just enjoy this. Whatever this is, whatever I'm going to try to push it. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Fucking hopefully people like and subscribe. I don't know. I don't necessarily think that people need to hear what me or you are saying,
Sure.
but I do like the idea that we will put something out there and then that there will be like feedback, right? It's like anything. If you're starting archery, you start shooting and then you fine tune everything and you get the points better. And I think I'm all for, I was looking on YouTube when I first put it out and it was like, you can start a comment section and you can ask for a survey and like, not
Yeah.
that anybody's even enough people are watching this to
Yeah.
get a real answer,
Yeah.
but I'm all for that kind of thing, right? Like it's almost like running a company. Like, how am I doing? What do you think? And it's like, not that that's going to dictate any decision making, but it's a good resource for feedback. I don't know. I just like, I think that you and I, some of my favorite conversations are with you. You
Sure.
know, it's like I have probably like 5 people in my life that I'm like, oh, I always enjoy talking to this person.
So why not schedule it out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And it's like, when are you and I ever going to sit around uninterrupted unless I put this together
Sure.
and just talk?
Yeah. I think the like trying to like build it into something with artificial hooks or whatever that may start you off on the right path. Because I basically, I was thinking, I was like, so me and you, don't have a public profile or anything
Yeah.
that's uniquely interesting about us to begin with from an outsider's perspective
Sure.
to begin with, right? So my thought to begin with was you need to have a hook. You got to have something if you're going to build this into something.
Sure.
It's got to have
Some
like
magnetism, something to draw.
Sure. Well, like what brings any of the comedy podcasts or whatever you listen to is the guy. The guy is the thing that brings you there. What he says is irregardless,
Sure.
right? Your true crime podcast. Now it's not about the guy, the producer of the content. It's about the content.
Sometimes,
right?
Sometimes it's about the producer. of the
Sure,
content.
but it may morph into that. You
Sure.
get them there.
You develop a relationship
by
with
the subject
Sure,
matter,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
So, like starting this was like without subject matter, how would you ever get anybody? But
Sure.
I think it would be if it would turn into something successful in the means of a lot of viewership or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be, just be the organic,
Yeah.
good hang
Yes.
type of
I
deal.
agree.
And that's probably a more fun thing to just do for
Yes.
us.
Well, and it probably feels
regardless as well.
less like work, right? Or
Sure.
it's
I said, I'm coming. Look at my side of the table. I got a fucking pink hat. I will not take it as that.
Sure.
If it turns into something that's a chore,
right.
then I think we're probably finished
Sure.
with it, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be no reason for.
Well, yeah, and it's like I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff, but I'm at a point where I enjoy it.
Sure. Sure.
I'm never like, oh fuck, I gotta edit this or that. Like, it's
Well-
all brand new to me, and it's very fun to me.
And how far off are you from, or how far off is it from you being able to use AI to
Do it for me.
push? Well, yeah, at least cut your time in
Sure.
a quarter of what you're doing now.
But I also think, like you said this before, everything I'm doing, I'm learning something,
Yeah.
right? I'm learning how to edit
You're just
video.
you're gaining knowledge from doing this. So
Yeah.
it's not a zero sum game.
Yeah.
It's
It's not just lost time.
you walk away, I make you mad one day and I don't come back. You still have the skills you've gained and figure out what you're doing. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Whatever it would be.
Yeah.
The house burns down. You still have
Right. The skills.
all of that.
Yeah.
Still, it's not a loss.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Regardless.
I like it. I mean, for right now, it is like it's like my passion project. And I think
Sure.
I think it's one of the reasons that like my wife is so okay with me doing all this, because for years I've talked about it and I've never taken any steps. And then all of a sudden, this is my personality. My personality is like, oh, I'm going to do all of it this week.
Sure.
And all of a sudden I got cameras and
Yeah.
I built this table. It's like I do all this stuff for this. And I'm like, I'm stealing half of the kids' playroom to turn it into a podcast studio. And like all of that stuff she doesn't like, but I think she realizes like, oh, he's been just talking about and obsessed with podcasts for a decade.
Sure.
And
it's a way to harness or maybe that's not the right word for it, but to wrangle
Sure. To focus.
Yeah. You got to put it into something. If
Sure.
it's
Funnel all that extra.
some sort of like I said this the exact same thing last time, but if you're doing something productive with your time, then you're not at any loss,
Right.
regardless. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Time
Super
is
Bowl.
it? Yeah,
It's
Super Bowl.
3:30. Super Bowl Sunday. What's your prediction, Brian? Before we get off the mic here,
Well, you can look at my phone. I can tell you all my bets.
just tell me what you think right now.
Eagles are gonna win.
Yeah. Do you got a spread? You got a point margin? You got any ideas?
I've
about-
made plenty of bets. I'll tell you that exact thing. But yeah, I have the Eagles covering.
Okay.
Or sorry, not covering. They're underdogs. So I have alternate point spread.
I don't know what any of this means, by the way. So
Okay, I think they'll win by at least. I think they'll win by a touchdown.
okay, 7 points minimum win.
I would say I would bet what I have bet is neg 2.5. So they're at plus 1.5 right now. So I
Points,
correct. Yeah.
like points in the game, not like a betting point thing.
Yep.
Okay.
So they can win or they can lose by a point and I still win.
Still win your bets.
That's what it's at now. I'm saying that they'll win by at least a field goal.
okay. So without like stats or anything involved, do you believe that the Eagles are a better team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Who's their quarterback?
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts?
Yep.
And then that's Mahomes is Kansas City.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a replay of 2 years ago or 3
These are-
years ago.
These are both the teams that were. I don't.
Yep.
Full disclosure, I don't pay attention to any
Yeah.
sports except for Milwaukee Wave.
Just wave soccer.
Yeah. You know, the
You're-
one true sport.
You know, the Wave Fantasy League.
Yeah,
Me and my wife are in.
Find me on the
Yeah.
Wave Fantasy League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the prediction. I made a bunch of bets.
Sure.
I made a bunch of fun bets too. So
Okay.
got a $10 bet that can win $9,000. So
Nice.
probably gonna hit that
Is it a
today.
bunch of parlay? Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yes, it is it's a parlay of a bunch of fucking impossible bullshit.
Sure.
That's how you make. So I showed Michelle that yesterday. She's like, "Well, that's never gonna happen." I'm like, "That's why you get $9,000 for betting $10.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Sure.
It's
rare.
not gonna happen.
Right. It's not going to happen.
There's a reason
Until
they
it
give
happens.
you 90,000 to 1 odds
Yeah.
on something.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not.
Jalen Hurts is going to put a football in his asshole. You can win so much money.
It's just good viewing pleasure, really.
Yeah. Well, all right, man.
All right, all set.
Yep, we're all set. Let's
All
go watch the Super Bowl.
All right.
Bye-bye.